Money has come inside the company, no debt. I have never borrowed personally and the company has never borrowed. Trust me, I'm talking truth. That is all available records. It is not that I'm telling you people to feel impressed about me. Never ever taken a single rupee. Number one. Employed 25,000 freshers. Very very important here. आजकल मैं किसी एंटरप्रेन्योर को देखता हूँ तो पूछता हूँ what is your biggest problem today? आदमी नहीं मिलता है. अगर आदमी हिंदुस्तान में नहीं मिलता है तो जर्मनी में थोड़ी मिलेगा. 150 crore population, आदमी नहीं मिलता है बोलते. Then he feels he is wrong, he is caught in a wrong foot. Then वो बोलता है सर आदमी मिलता है लेकिन एक्सपीरियंस नहीं मिलता है. I am a naughty man. I become more naughty. बच्चा चाहिए अपना ही चाहिए. एम्प्लॉय चाहिए और किसी का चाहिए. Take an employee and train them. And I also tell them, if you train your own employee by yourself for 100 days, it is equivalent to 1,000 days experience from the competition. So, my employee cost was 11%. My competitor's employee cost was 25%. Only lazy man takes experience. I took freshers. As I said, I was a fresher and that time I took this decision, emotional connect. That man becomes some more naughty. He tells, sir, मैं train करता हूँ वो चला जाता है. Then I should be the naughtiest finally, right? I tell him, if you don't love your spouse, your neighbor will. If you don't love your employee, your competitor will. वो चुप हो जाता है. You must make sure you train him, evaluate him, and give him the best of respect, best of salary. Otherwise, no one will sit with you. Coming back to, I've done some innovations in the business. Number one innovation, I am from Coimbatore. There is a eatery called Annapurna, and in 1975 he had a single kitchen, 10 restaurants. Cloud kitchen, Madarasi, तभी बनाए. I thought, why not diagnostic laboratory similar? Where blood is collected is restaurant, where blood is tested is kitchen. Why not we have single kitchen, multiple restaurant? Entire South Mumbai, I had 10 restaurant, 1 kitchen. It worked. In entire Mumbai, it was 25 kitchens, 25 restaurant, 1 kitchen. It worked. Surat, Pune, Nasik, 3 hours train journey. All sample come to Mumbai. It worked. Chandigarh, Chennai, and Calcutta. A 3 hours flight journey. All samples came to Mumbai. This was the first man in the entire country to build a single laboratory for 1 billion population. Single laboratory, because it was not thought of, it did not happen. I thought it is possible and it happened. Second, I have made a McDonald's in 2 ways. One is a franchisee concept. हिंदुस्तान में कोई franchisee concept सोचा नहीं था. या Madarasi cannot do business in Odisha, Bihar, Bengal. He cannot do in Gujarat. He has to find a local man. So I found local man and I told him, look, gentlemen, you collect, market is charging 600, you collect 300, keep 200, give me 100 only. 66% margin, that fellow fell down, collapsed. Coma. Till today he is not alive. He is still in coma, but he has become millionaires. 60% margin to the franchisee. Punchline. Those days only 20% was given to the middleman. I gave 60%. जो कम लेना चाहता है उसको ज़्यादा ही मिलता है. जो ज़्यादा लेना चाहता है उसको कम ही मिलता है. So franchisee concept in that way. Second, McDonald's. You want to know, McDonald's doesn't give you masala dosa. Yes or no? It's only burger. I didn't do diseases, I only did disorders. Guys, do you know what is the difference? Diseases come, diseases go. Disorders come, they don't go. Once somebody has thyroid problem, lifelong. Once somebody has diabetes problem, lifelong. So disorders means once patient, lifelong patient. When the patient goes, the patient goes. Customer acquisition cost only once. Is that clear? So, I didn't do disease. And there is no one running a laboratory without doing disease and disorder both. I only focused on disorder. Punchline, if you do only one thing, you can do it everywhere. But if you do everything, you can do it in only one place. So I did one thing, I went all over the country. And I am the only man in the entire world who has built a brand around a gland. 15 gram gland in a 100 kilogram body and $1 billion market cap company. I want all of you to understand, you have to focus and whatever you do, you be the leader. I have done a Ola. Until Ola came into picture, taxis were standing for 4 hours, 20 hours in a day and running for 4 hours. Yes or no? Now it is running for 20 hours, standing for 4 hours. Until I came into picture, thyroid testing machine was doing only 2 hours of work. Today they run 24 hours. I have converted them into Ola concept. I have done in Amazon. 1995 when I came into the business, only 5% of people were served at home because they are old and non-ambulatory. When I left the business, 90% of the patients in the country was given home collection. In 10 countries, you go and book the test in the website in the previous evening. Next day morning, 8 o'clock, my man comes to your door. Is that not Amazon? Amazon I have done. And I have done Walmart. What is Walmart doing? It never makes profit from the customer. It makes profit from the vendor. Bulk purchase. They order in millions. So a lot of things I have done and then I didn't know what I'm doing. And I have done all of them. Because they came afterwards, but I did earlier. So that was the journey and I came to a particular point. I became visible only after 17 years of business. आजकल के बच्चे लोग तीसरा साल में ईटी इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स में पढ़ने 3 में आने के लिए तड़प रहा है. 17 years no one was knowing who is this Velumani. Punchline, don't come to limelight before you become successful. Because once you come to limelight, you can never become successful. So it's very, very important, don't long to be there. And I never needed money, so I never went and pitched. There was no itching to do the pitching. I was coolly sitting and investors walked into my room. They said they want to have my equity. मुझे देना नहीं है. When you don't want to give, you get the true value. If you want desperately to take money, okay, punchline. If you are on the table of the investor, your value is half X. If the investor is on your table, the value is 2X. I thought my company will be worth 200 crore. I thought if I tell 400, they will go. There was no E&Y, there was no BSR, there was no four top guys giving valuation. Salman Khan. मुझे लगा कंपनी में भी वर्थ 200, 400 बोल दूंगा, ये लोग निकल जाएगा, so 400 crore. What is the logic? You are on my table. They got annoyed, they were having a cup of coffee, they kept the coffee and they walked out. I was extremely happy because I didn't want to dilute. Exactly after 6 months, the same guys come. मतलब मैं सही रेट बोला था ना? But this time I wanted to tell 500. 6 months, 100 crore? Yes, 2 quarter अच्छा गया. Before the coffee came, they went away. I was extremely happy. Third time the same guys come. I didn't want to waste my coffee. सीधा 600 बोला. Checkbook लाया है. Mind you, in 600 crore, I diluted 25%, took 150 crores and kept in my pocket. Not for I needed money. एक थ्रिल चाहिए. 500 रुपया लेके आया था. कंपनी का सचमुच वैल्यू 600 करोड़ करके जो थ्रिल के लिए ही वो डाइल्यूट किया था. Exactly after 1.5 years, 18 months, one more party comes. They wanted to know I can give more or not. How did you come to know about me? वो लोग भेजा था जो पहला आया था ना. Guys, majority of you are unmarried here. I'll give you one hint. If you love your wife so much, you must love your wife so much, Your mother-in-law is asking you to marry the second daughter also. Is that clear? You love your investor so much, you give them growth so much, he sends one more investor also. Is on my table. 600 I have diluted. Now if I go 100 by 100, these guys will buy out everything. Let me go 200 by 200. Then I had a doubt that there can be a check, they can agree if I whatever I say. तो मन चाहता था 1000 बोलो, मन चाहता था 1000 बोलो, मुंह से निकला 1200. चेकबुक लाया है. Guys, 10 more % I have diluted at 1,200 crore valuation, and then comes the IPO. IPO 2016 May month IPO, and the company got subscribed first day itself 6 times. Second day it got subscribed 15 times. I thought third day it will be 25 times. Trust me, third day evening 4 o'clock when the stock exchange bell closed, it was 74 times subscribed. In the evening, while we were celebrating 74 times subscribed, I received a liar notice in my smartphone. Accused number 1 was me. All the directors, all the lead bank advisors, and NSC, PSC, ROC, सबका नाम था. उसका मतलब गलती मेरा नहीं था. मैं आराम से सो गया. It only said if you don't appear in the Bombay High Court within 3 days, your IPO will be stayed. Accusation ये था. They came to submit the bid. 74 times subscribe means the server is working very fast. Before they could log in, 4 बज गया. So they blamed the server that it did not accept the money. So Bombay High Court judge is asking me, do you have objection in taking this money? Have you ever heard any judge forcing you to take money? Hello? उनका काम जहाँ चोर लोग लंदन में बैठा है उनको बुला के लेके आके रिकवरी करना काम है. ये इनोसेंट मद्रासी पूछता है, do you have objection in taking money? I said I have no objection. Judgment, 3 words. Accept this money. And I have accepted that money. जब भी भगवान देता है, हाई कोर्ट से दिलाता है. So finally I got listed at 3,600 crore, $500 million market cap. Wow, what a journey it was. Unfortunately, did I use that word so far? Unfortunately, I lost my wife 50 days before my IPO for grade 4 pancreatic cancer. All signatures of the I listed company's procedures he had signed, but she was not there when the company got listed. I said I didn't want to marry. You people listen to the podcast, I will tell you how in that 3-4 years I tossed my father-in-law so much. It's a very interesting story. I don't want to waste time here. It's one you can listen there. Finally, I married. When I resigned, she too resigned. I asked her 3 months after resignation, क्या पागल थी, मैं तुम्हारी भरोसा में रिसाइन करके आया था, तू भी रिसाइन किया. Is it not stupidity? She said one punchline. You know you will win. Even I know you will win. Without me, you cannot win. So she was the most powerful lady who made me MSc, PhDs, who made me to learn Hindi, Marathi, Gujarati, and who made me scientist, entrepreneur, storyteller, and most powerful lady. Please give a round of applause to that lady. So once I asked her, I lost the direction of running the business. The business was stagnated for 5 years. Then came COVID, 2020 April. Everybody was crying to do RT-PCR at 4,800. I told everybody, give me 1,000, I will do. Trust me, I again disrupted, and I made sure entire country, all pathologists do that by 1,000 rupees only. And mind you, my entire Maharashtra business came to me. My 1 crore turnover per day went to 2 crore turnover. My share price went from 500 rupees to 1,400 rupees. At that time, somebody was interested in my stock, and I agreed to sell. The deal was closed in 160 minutes. The deal was closed in 160 minutes. Single largest deal in Indian healthcare industry, and it was 5,000 crore post-tax, 4,500 crore. I got a single check, and that makes the story the most powerful. A boy who came with a 500 rupees in his body created a very powerful journey. That's what the story is all about. Before I conclude, let me tell you, is that not behind every successful man there is a lady behind? Yes, no? Behind every failed man there are many ladies behind. And I had 2 ladies behind my success. One was my mother, who kept my industry alive. Second, my wife, who created a great entrepreneur out of me. And my concluding punchline is, if men are successful, families prosper. If women are successful, societies prosper. Make sure that women are successful, country will prosper. Thank you very much, Techfest, for inviting me. I took a little longer time because I all barata, or muganga kushta. Thank you very much. Done, let's go.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your invaluable insights and inspiring us all with your journey. Sir, if you're comfortable, can we proceed with a short Q&A session? We can take up the questions.
Yeah, go ahead, ask a question. If you are interested, please come to this point to ask the question.
Sir, actually, we have gathered a few questions from the students here. I would like to ask a few questions first, then we could proceed with the audience.
Yes.
So, sir, one of the questions students have in mind is, what advice do you actually have for young entrepreneurs, the budding entrepreneurs we have in the audience? How do they actually start up with an idea that they have in mind?
Yes, I'm a bit of a half stand-up comedian. People ask me, sir, I have an idea, I want you to support me, fund me, finance me. Then I tell a punchline, ideas are like sperms. Only 1 in a million works, be careful. But having said that, the other part of the question is, what advice do you have? I want all of you to remember 4 words: patience, focus, frugality, discipline. Patience, because all want to become a billionaire before they meet their father-in-law. Not going to happen. You must plan to become a billionaire before you meet your son-in-law, which means patience is required. Until 37, I didn't even know that I can do business. Fortunately, I did not know. Had I known and started earlier, probably the success would have not been that guaranteed. So have patience, have focus, don't chase 4 rabbits at a time, 1 rabbit at a time. Master in it, get into it. There is nothing known as the right thing to do. You need to take something and make it right so that it is successful. Focus is important. Third one is frugality. Don't buy a Benz because you have to impress your neighbor. Be frugal. Save money. Use your money. Don't dilute too early, because then you are working for someone else if you don't have majority of the stock in your hand. Frugal. Fourth, discipline. Success is never a problem. Sustaining the success is the biggest problem. So have discipline. Plenty of people collapse because they become intoxicated by the small success they have seen. I remained simple, humble, focused till I was 62 years old. Please note, discipline is important. Next question.
Yes, sir. That was indeed very inspiring, sir. Sir, following up, like students have in mind, how do you stay so grounded and down to earth despite having seen such a great success? What is that key mantra that...
I think all of you know, engineering students, what is gravity? Now if I don't remain grounded, how much energy I have to spend? Is that clear? The simplest thing on this earth is being simple. And the simplest thing on this earth is remaining grounded. I somehow feel I have not changed my lifestyle. What I was in DRC earning and living, that same lifestyle even I am following it today. Please you will not follow me. But if you are not grounded, you will be flat. Always remain grounded. Keep your ears to the floor so that you know the problem. Keep your head in the cloud so that you find solutions. Both of them are important at the same time.
Thank you, sir. I think we can move on to the audience if anybody has questions to ask. We can take up 2 to 3 questions.
Come here, grab the mic, hand mic. Somebody take the mic there. Mic nahi hai?
Yes, we have the mic. Could you pass on to the mic?
Idhar.
So you could pick the one you want.
Yeah, next man who wants to ask a question, come behind. Stand in line.
Firstly, Vanakkam sir.
Vanakkam.
I'm from Trichy. So I wanted to ask you that before you started the company, when you quitted your job, did you know what exactly you're going to do as in depth?
I have one advice to you. From Tamil Nadu you have come. Tamil Nadu politician will not allow you to learn Hindi. Don't tell him, learn it fast. Number 1. Because the punchline and answer for yours is, निकल पड़ो रास्ता अपने आप बनता है. I never had a dream one day I will be an MD of a listed company. Always I look for a next zero and I am there. So you must know that you can't plan and freeze the plan and work on it. Be prepared, flexible. Every day some challenge will come. You should win one by one. Now you must be wondering, how did you get this all strength, right? Can you lift a buffalo?
Absolutely not.
See, this guy has absolutely denied this is wrong. Now you see in 1 minute he will lift a buffalo. Can you lift a buffalo calf just born?
Obviously, yes.
1 day,
Yes.
2 day,
Yes.
3 day.
Yes.
Keep lifting for 300 days, you are lifting an adult buffalo. Yes or no?
Yes.
Next question. You have only one question to ask. Next man, because there are plenty of people behind you. Keep the question shorter than my answer.
Okay. So what you find the problem in the youth mindset at your time? Common problem in youth mindset at your time and the time at us.
At that time, people felt सरकार नौकरी छोड़ देगा वो बड़ा रिस्क है. मैंने सोचा ये पगार तो कहीं भी मिल जाएगा. So the mindset was don't risk. Today guys want to risk. They didn't risk, so they didn't do. Today you are risking too early. That is your problem. Guys, there are 2 kinds of risk. In one risk, upside is too good, downside is nothing. Another risk, upside is very little, downside is too much. If you don't know, please don't take risk. Make a risk, assess the risk. Mind you, when I resigned my job, my 40 months my family was safe because 2 lakh rupees was the closing balance, 5,000 rupees was my expenditure. Right or wrong? So, punchline here, you can risk only you, not your family. So be careful, you can take risk of yours, there is nothing wrong, not the family. Next man.
Sir, how did you scale ThyroCare from a small lab to this diagnostic chain?
Yeah, I must tell you here, scaling is an art. First, look, the business should make profit. Don't scale profit loss making. First, create a prototype, profit making. Then put 1 more and see you are managing. Put 2 more and see you are managing. With this 4, create a system which is workable, where everybody does do their job using a common system. Then 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, and it became 10,000 for me when I exited. Never try to do 1 becoming 10, 10 becoming 100, 100 becoming 1000, that will collapse. So go step by step, make mistakes. Oh, very important. There are only 4 things: error, mistakes, failures, blunders. All same? Errors means you corrected by end of the month. Mistake means you corrected by end of the quarter. Failure means you have corrected end of the year. Blunder means you did not correct. So make mistakes, make all mistakes, make them very fast, don't repeat. Right?
Yes, sir.
Punchline. If you repeat the same mistake every day, you will become a beggar. But if you do every day a new mistake, you will become a billionaire. So do every day a new mistake.
We would now be taking up the last question.
Sir, what was the exact point that convinced you to sell your stocks as such recently?
Exit.
Yes. Like,
Why did I exit is your question.
yes. Like,
Why
what
should
would
not I
be-
exit? You tell me.
Maybe you would think that you would get more profit if you sell later.
Listen to me, gentlemen. 2-3 दिन से ऑस्ट्रेलिया में राहुल और विराट को बोलते हैं घर जाओ. Yes or no? If you don't perform, दुनिया गाली देगा. So when you perform, exit करो. So I exited because I was doing good, right? It is not easy. Second point, first 30 years of my life, too much of time, no money. Second 30 years of my life, too much of money, no time. मैं भी जिंदगी जीना चाहता हूँ. Listen to one more point. After this many zero, one more zero is not going to make any difference. So that also is another reason, right? I think only 2 more questions, only boys remaining. Go and sit. I think they have time constraints. I am not tired, but if they permit 1 more or 2 more, please give 2 more people in the queue. Whoever is senior. That is how IIT is taking people inside. Huh?
How to be an entrepreneur?
How to?
Be an entrepreneur.
How to be an entrepreneur, right? Now, there is not SOP to मैं भी माधुरी दीक्षित बनना चाहती हूँ. That's it. If you dance, you are माधुरी दीक्षित. And entrepreneur बनना जो भी चाहता है वो entrepreneur नहीं बनता है. But let me tell you, if first 10 years, 15 years you work in a company in a field in which you want to become an entrepreneur, number 1. If you have joined as an officer and have become general manager, that means you have capability. Your employer has recognized. And if the employer becomes rich because of you, quit and do business. Is that right? Who is teaching you business? Your employer. And he is paying you salary. वो दीपेंद्र गोयल का एक recently एक post का बहुत मजा वाली बात है. Guys, don't ask for salary. Find a job where you can learn. Because then only you can become an entrepreneur. You can't have big salaries and a great job. Wherever you get a big salaries, you probably have less to learn. In BRC, salary was not big, but 15 years was in the library. Is that clear? Learn first.
Thank you.
Hello sir, I'm from IIT Madras. I see your life connection of emotions. One of your quote which you said that knowledge is power. I want to ask you something like a personal question. When you are taking a lot of decisions in life, how did you manage the emotions? Like suppose you are leaving your job, right? You met the goal.
I understood the question. He asked, how do you manage the emotions? Let me honestly tell you, the biggest strength is emotion and biggest weakness also is emotion. And if you know when to attach and when you detach, you are the most powerful man. So I took a decision to detach from my mother because कुछ खोया नहीं तो कुछ पा नहीं सकता है. Very, very important. You can't have it and eat it also. I think emotions, listen to me. I didn't listen to emotion. Have I answered you? Thank you.
I have one question. If you're
Only one question because there are too many
This will
people.
be the last question of the day, sir.
Thank you sir.
Last question, ma'am. Gentlemen, find out.
Sir, like what is your advice for us? Like today technology is disrupting, so like it is a boon and sin at the same time. We can excel from it, but it is distracting us in many ways. So how to stay focused in this new
And
era.
it is not today, even in those days, it is not that one thing, two things, there are many things which were distracting. If you approach this side, it is a boon. If you approach this side, it is a ban. I believe you have to use your brain, orient yourself in the world of good and bad. What should I choose? Same iPad you can use to entertainment, same iPad you can use for learning. I think in social media, I am extremely happy for guys who want to learn, it gives infinite, and the guys who want to become addicted and suffer, they gives you infinite. आप जो लेते हैं, आप जो कंज्यूम करते हैं, वो आपका ही चॉइस है. मुझे भी वैसा ऑप्शंस थे. I chose what is difficult to do, not what is easy. So choose that, right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
for-
much, and God bless you. I'm sorry, gentlemen, I enjoyed a lot. I wish all of you a very impactful tomorrow. India is the place where you need to be in for next 40 years, where India, not because of the politicians, in spite of the politicians, by 2060 or so, we will be the #1 economy in this world. Enjoy your life, contribute for the society, and great life for you. God bless you.